Hey, quick question. Should I go with okay, you know those icicles that hang down?
Yeah,
Yeah, the ones that can
They're
look like they're
lights.
dripping.
Yeah, should I go with white, blue, pink, yellow, or red, green,
Definitely
white,
not
blue?
yellow, because that's gonna look like piss icicles.
I was
That's
thinking
funny,
go
then.
white.
I
My
think
game
blue.
crashed.
Pink honestly sounds cool. Red would be spooky looking. I like red lighting, man.
I do not.
X lights.
Like the red.
Although my favorites, I don't know. My favorite's probably like purple lights, bro. Purple and fucking like red lighting. Dude, it's fucking mood set. I actually have 2 bulbs in the living room right now, which are color changers. And then I have this thermalite right in front of
I
me.
have 2 bulbs right next to me, but that's what I smoke my crack out of.
I have one
Yeah.
bulge, and that's in my pants right now because of Tristan.
Bulge?
Yeah,
You guys ready?
Because of Tristan.
I got one more question. Not really. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello,
Welcome, guys.
God
This
fucking
is
damn it.
episode 13. Fuck.
It's
15.
14.
14.
14. Episode 14 CD Lost Tapes. Fuck. Yeah. Let's get into it.
Welcome. Year recap episode. End of the year. Final episode of the year. Hope you're ready. Hope you saved
There's
up
not gonna be another
all of your
one.
fucking... Yeah, this is it, actually. This is the series finale.
Yep.
Yeah, who's gonna
This is
die?
it. This is
It's
the
gonna
very
be
end.
Tristan. It's
I
gonna
will
be
take my
Bum,
sacrifice.
bum.
You
My favorite moment of the year was sleeping with your mom.
Next year. See you guys in a year.
All right.
Tristan, you look like shit, dude.
Introducing you guys today was Zach. I'm Uncle D. We got Tristan with us today.
Oh, yeah.
Yo.
We also...
So we got... Whatever.
Come on, man.
Whatever.
We got
No,
Preston as well.
We got Homie Holmes. We got Mischievous Level. We got Funky D. We got Zachary. We got SS Stark. And we got me.
Hold on.
Everybody's doing a part of the intro today.
The SS Stark. Hop aboard the SS Stark today.
Oh, I thought you meant
That's
like an
not
SS.
the type of
Well
SS.
written.
Okay.
Well written.
Yeah, that's not the SS I was referencing.
No, don't you lie. That's a fat joke.
I will
He called
sit
me
on
a
your
fucking
face.
battleship. That's fucked up.
Stark is a dream boat, if you know what I'm saying.
Should I get a projector for my house that projects snowflakes all on the side?
I don't mind those. Some people hate them, but I don't mind them. I think they
despise those.
look
It's
cool.
so lazy.
It's lazy, but like you can if you do that in combination with other shit.
What,
No,
Preston?
Like I don't.
I would rather have that than the people who just put out all the Christmas things they can and think that's them doing a good job.
Look, you
I don't
just
mind
said,
lights and fucking a candy cane in the yard and shit, but I don't know. Like I don't see the point in putting up 10 trillion decorations for a month.
I do.
It's the same shit with Halloween. Like I like decorating for Halloween, but I don't like putting up an obnoxious amount of stuff.
I do. I love going out all out on it.
I just don't have the fucking time to put everything up and take everything down, man.
It's you can put out a lot of stuff, but you got to have a clever theme or something. You can't just put out all your little blow up things and expect
Yeah,
people to like it.
nah. You gotta plan that shit.
And that's the hard part, yeah, because anybody can go and just throw a bunch of shit in their yard, but to actually have like a nice setup is fucking difficult.
Well, no, and the worst part about it is every little local town has their own little freaking contest, and the person with the most always wins. It's not the person with the best.
What should I? Oh, should I do green and red lights on the outside of my house with white snowflakes?
You should
Or should-
exclusively do brown lights. Just light
There's
up
no
your
such
house
thing as
brown.
brown lights.
What?
yeah, make your house boot brown for the
I
owner.
think you can
I've
do
never seen brown lights. Dark, what lights should I get on the outside of my house? I'm gonna put it on the by the gutter.
You should get programmable lights like that say a message that you just put in there. You can just
That's
have,
what I can get a projector for.
Yeah, put Preston's address on the projector and just project it on the side of your house 24/7.
Oh, dude, I can do that.
That'd be funny as fuck, admittedly.
I'm gonna do Kane's address.
There's a man with a gun at this address, and then just put it there.
Should I do red and green
so
or
proud of
white,
you for
guys,
coming
on
out.
the lights? red and green on the outside of my house.
Yeah,
or
Kane
white.
actually won the Homosexual of the Year award.
White lights are green and red.
What do you want about?
I'm putting lights on the
what's the
outside
lights?
of my.
I
No,
think
green and
red
red
looks-
or white.
green
White.
and red. That's more
I'm gonna go with
Christmassy.
white all day.
Green and red. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Action. Let's go. Favorite porn star of the year.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna have to go with Kendra Lust. Her ass be looking fine, man.
I like how early in this episode it's going to be.
Favorite Bible verse of the year. Definitely Romans 3:10. None are righteous, no, not one. It really shows us how
Porn star
we're
of the
all
year.
broken.
Eden Lust.
Yo, I like that one where he be talking about gnashing your teeth and gnawing your tongue.
That appears many times in the there will be weeping and a gnashing of teeth. That appears many times across the Bible.
And the gnawing of tongues.
Run.
Notice how soccer
It's
is
weird-
never
it's
mentioned
weird.
in the Bible. That's because soccer is
Soccer's for pussies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like soccer.
Fuck you. Soccer's not for pussies. Soccer's
No, it's
dope.
not.
I know it's not.
When have you once talked about soccer?
I haven't talked about it. That doesn't mean I don't like it. I don't talk about NBA
You
with
know-
you, but I like it.
I've heard you talk about the NBA more than it's football.
Why do you think he doesn't talk to us about boys?
Exactly.
That is a fair point. And children are
Now that's
Wrong-
not very funny.
Wrong guy. You're thinking of Kane.
no.
I'm going to talk about Kane. He's not here.
Yeah,
Again,
don't
dude,
speak of the
let's-
dead like that.
Yeah.
Let's do another shit talking video.
No.
of
Yeah,
Sarah.
another shit talking video where Kane isn't here.
Dude,
Another
you can get a
Kane
blow up.
expose.
You can get a 5-foot blow up long wiener dog for $28.
What are you on? AutisticShitToBuy.com?
No, I'm actually on SB.
What's that?
Shut up, bitch.
Yeah.
Damn, Daniel. Oh,
alright.
I got a quick question I can get out of the way really quick while we're on the topic of favorite shit.
No.
What's your guys' favorite dinosaur?
Easy. Oh wait, hold on. I need to see if this thing's actually real.
It's a hard
You're going
one.
to say
Talking about the
Titanosaur,
dinosaur with
which isn't-
500 teeth.
No, I'm talking about a baryonyx.
Yeah,
Yes.
baryonyx were real.
Yeah, they're real.
They were.
They're
yeah.
real.
Yeah,
They
they're
are
real.
currently real.
Wow.
You can go see one at the zoo if you go there right now.
Yeah, they're not
Dude.
extinct either.
Yeah,
They're
they
in the
hide them at the
Amazon.
back of the bear enclosure. You just got to get in there and run back there as fast as you can.
Back of the bear enclosure, that's where the baryonyx are.
Yeah.
They don't want you to know that. I don't know, man. My favorite dinosaur is probably the alligator.
Sarco.
No,
Mine's
okay.
probably the chicken.
Extinct. Like, do you like the giant extinct ones, like the Sarcosuchus?
Sure, man. Alligator's an alligator. You can't go wrong with one.
Alligator is technically
Dude, I
is just a
heard-
genus that existed whenever dinosaurs were alive. Alligators were never dinosaurs.
All right, man. So
I moved
I
into a
guess
new
I'm not
house.
choosing alligator.
If I move into a new
Fucking,
house, should I get a dog and a crab?
Say again. I didn't hear you.
I move into a new house, should I get a dog and a crab?
You already
Yeah.
have crabs. You don't need a crab.
Who cares? What's your favorite dinosaur?
Fucking. I like Spinosaurus. Call me a fucking populist bitch, but I think Spinosaurus cool.
What are the actual
Man, fuck
larger
They're pretty
sized
cool.
versions of velociraptors? Since
They're tiny. I just watched a
That's what I'm
video on
saying.
it
There's-
today, and they're smaller than the ones that were fucking depicted in Jurassic Park.
They're slightly larger than chickens. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think I'd probably choose the largest land dinosaur just because it would blow. If I saw it in real life, which dinosaur do I want
Actually-
to see in real life? The biggest one.
What
That
are
would
we
blow my mind.
considering dinosaurs here? Just extinct animals, or
I would say
like
actual
extinct
dinosaurs.
reptiles?
Well, not
Yeah,
all
'cause, like, there's
not
some-
all reptiles of that period were dinosaurs either.
Well, yeah, no,
Like,
there's like some
giant
cool amphibians
crocodiles.
from that period and shit, like Coolosuchus, which was like a giant it was a giant salamander that basically filled the niche that crocodiles fill before crocodiles evolved.
Sounds horrible. Imagine getting bodied by a
fucking
salamander
awesome.
trying to get some water at the water and hole.
I think like all the different shield-headed dinosaurs, like Triceratops and shit, are all fucking dope.
I don't know which one. Would be
They are
easiest to-
cool motherfuckers.
Which one would be easiest to enslave?
What, dinosaurs?
Yeah, because like velociraptors are too smart, but that means they can do a lot more work. Like they
Dude,
can.
birds
I mean,
are
as sad as it is, it would probably be the gentle giants that would be the easiest to enslave because, like, I don't know. I feel like if
too much
you,
to feed them, man. So you got to get something that gets you the bang for your buck, but they're not so smart. They're gonna revolt.
I guess that's a good point. What the
Feed
fuck are
them.
you
They-
trying to
they feed on
enslave a
trees.
dinosaur for? Labor? You could just get a giant dumb herbivore to like do or run plows for you.
Yeah, so maybe
Like a cow.
Triceratops.
Maybe. I feel like Triceratops were smart though.
Dude, for a work animal or a mount, it would be like majestic as fuck to ride a megalosaurus.
Is that the giant elk?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or like
yeah,
the
those
giant
are
moose,
fucking cool.
I think, is what they are.
No, those are fucking cool. I've heard of those before.
Actually, they're called meese.
Did you know
Okay.
that dire wolves weren't real in the sense that they weren't actually wolves?
What
Like,
were they?
They were more like a fox.
They were a giant fox. Were they that big? Were they
They-
actually like?
They were
Don't tell the
they were
furries.
called dire wolves. They were about I want to say a foot or two taller than gray wolves.
So they were fucking massive.
They were massive, but I think it wasn't until when we found the bones and everything, or maybe I'm getting this story wrong, but they've called them dire wolves for years because they thought they were a genus of dog. I forget what it
Canine or
is.
wolf?
Well, foxes are canines, but yeah, they thought it was a type of wolf, and it ended up being more like a fox or coyote.
Fucking, I just found out the other day that you know the what are they called? Tasmanian tigers.
Yeah,
Those and they're also known as what, thylacines or thylacines.
yeah,
They're neither cats or canines. They're fucking marsupials.
yeah.
They were like one of the best examples of like primary predatory marsupial. I believe in where were they located? It was like Tasmania, Australia, all the way up through like Papua New Guinea. In
Yep.
certain areas, they were the biggest land predator,
They're not
and that's
that
why
huge.
until they're not huge, but like crocodiles and shit, like they're primarily water based. You know what I mean? Like they don't travel like very deep away from water to hunt prey. Like they're water's edge predators. These fucking Tasmanian tigers, they weren't huge, but there were no dogs or wolves on that continent before people arrived. So they were the biggest thing around. And then we brought fucking dogs and dingoes and shit, and that's one of the reasons they were wiped out, besides the fact that they were like pests apparently and like would raid chicken coops and shit. Very, very, very unfortunate. But I also just learned that there's been sightings of this thing in like Papua New Guinea. In very isolated areas, because they theorize that there's areas up there that are isolated enough that dingoes and shit that humans introduced wouldn't be able to get there, and humans haven't like populated these areas historically either. And so now when people are exploring in these areas, they're like, oh, I fucking saw something out there that looked like a fucking Tasmanian tiger. But you don't know if these people are full of bullshit.
I also saw a dinosaur in Papa John's.
What?
Yeah, dude, it was the Brontosaurus.
If all right, I got a question for you guys.
Yep.
If you could be a werewolf in a world of normal humans and everybody knows it, but nobody cares, or you could be a normal person in a world full of werewolves and everybody knows it and they do care, which one do you choose?
That's easy. Werewolf, nobody cares. Why would you want to be fucking like debuffed and everybody know about it?
But you're a celebrity in a sense.
Oh, so that's the advantage? I thought you meant
Yeah.
everybody knows that you're not a werewolf and like wants to kill you or something.
And
'Cause you're
the one where you
fucking-
are a werewolf, you're like, guys, I got superpowers. Everyone's like, we really don't care. It's really a
So you
self-esteem
can-
question.
I'd rather be
Yeah,
a werewolf.
I'm being a werewolf.
Honestly.
I'm being a werewolf. Fuck that. I don't want to be a celebrity, but be exactly what I am now, dude. I'd rather be exactly what I am now, but fucking also be a werewolf.
No, everybody knows you. They just don't care.
Okay.
Okay, I want to be a werewolf.
I get to keep my anonymity while also being like divisively
Is there any
unique.
cons of being a werewolf? Is it like a really painful transformation, or like I go into a bloodlust when I transform during a full
Well,
moon
if
or
you're a
some shit?
werewolf, the assumption is there's a bloodlust.
You
Wait, do what?
you probably get like wolf-like traits, so like you'll probably go into heat and shit.
Yeah, chocolate.
Okay,
you know,
welcome to me when I was 16 years old. I'm already hairy as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm already halfway there.
What, I get a dog penis? There's freaky bitches out there.
Yeah, sweet. Sign me up to fucking. I'll be the browser's next big star.
You're really susceptible to peanut
Yeah.
butter.
It's like man
Like
with dog
age-old.
penis.
Yeah, I get molested all the time by dudes with peanut butter
You
because
just
I'm
can't
too
help
fucking
yourself.
dumb.
You know, I could see it.
I can see it.
Dude,
That wasn't a picture this scenario, Stark. You fucking
no,
pervert.
I'm picturing it. I could see
I
you
got the
get.
peanut
I
butter
could
in my
see him
hand.
kidding a dog just so the dog could lick peanut butter off his balls.
You guys see that meme I sent? That was a really relatable meme. Me when I have to kill my dog because I wanted to.
I wanted to.
Is that what? I can't remember
I
if
don't like
that.
it.
Yeah, I saw him.
I like it.
I hate it when that happens.
Me too. Then when the impulsive thoughts take over and you have to commit.
When you get the desire, and you just can't help being silly.
So
Yeah, when you're just a silly type of guy and you
We're
give in to
supposed to be
the
doing a
silly
year
type of
recap.
thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
What's your
going-
guys' favorite movie that came out this year?
I don't know that I saw much that came out this year.
I don't think I saw a single movie that came out this year.
Did the newest Spider-Man come out this year?
Yeah, like really early this year. Wasn't it like February?
Yeah, I think
No.
that's gotta.
I can't fucking remember. This year's been
If
a
that-
haze.
If that came out this year, that's probably it. But I don't know. It movie-wise, I don't
Mine's
really
probably Terrifier
watch.
too. That's a banger.
See, I've not seen either of them. I don't really watch a lot of movies. I watch a lot of like YouTube stuff. I've watched a lot of streams this year. See what I'll answer you with like honestly the favorite thing I discovered this year in terms of like what I've watched was the Mandela Catalog. I know it's not like everybody's thing of like favorite type of horror, but I enjoy that kind of frightened feeling that I had for a couple weeks.
No, you said that one fucked with you, man. I remember you
hardcore.
telling me about that.
Hardcore.
Fucking, I still need to check
I'm
it
still a
out.
little creeped
Yeah,
out.
same.
It fucked with Nick a little bit. Nick was telling me about it.
Kane watched it in the middle of the morning, and he was like, "This is not even that scary, dude, for real." And I was like, "All right."
Well, in the first episode, the only
he was-
part that's really freaky is the fucking part where it's banging on the door.
That's what I kept saying. I was like, "This is like a 2 to 3 hour video that you've watched 15 not video, but series that you've watched 15 minutes of, and went, it's not scary."
I think 2 and 3 are the fucking most scariest, dude. Fucking,
How often do you look at a horror movie and expect it to be scary within the first 15 minutes?
right. I mean, episode 1, I even laughed my ass off. You were there.
It's got funny shit to it.
The new Halloween movie, but the
didn't
ending
see
was kind of lame. I'm fine with spoiling it because there's about a gazillion of them.
Yeah, dude, I heard it was shit. So go ahead.
The intro is so cool. The introduction to that movie is a really good scene where this guy accidentally kills a kid. But the end of it is just basically he gets killed by an old lady. Like they go one-on-one and she bodies him, and that's how it ends.
That's lame.
Yeah, the ending was super lame. Everything else was kind of fun though, but yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like typical bullshit. In my mind, the only movies that are canon is like the original Halloween and then like the remake from
Apparently he's dead
2018.
for good now, so
No, it won't be.
Yeah, allegedly until
Allegedly.
40 years from now when they're like
Until they decide to
Halloween
reboot it again.
2060.
Halloween, he's back, and
Yeah, he's cyborg
back.
Cyborg Myers.
Dude, but Jason X is such a fucking horrible, bad movie. I
Wait,
love
which
that
one?
movie. Jason X.
I've
Friday
heard
the
that one.
13th.
Okay, it's bad. It's bad, but it seems like it has a certain charm to it. Wasn't it made in like
Well-
the late 90s?
Late 90s, early 2000s. It's very charming, but it is like B movie quality. It's really shit. But the idea is that it's Jason in space, like Friday the 13th in space.
In the future, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
like Jason in the future in space.
They're going to like study his body, and then it gets like unthawed or something on the ship, and he's like
Dude,
fucking with people.
that movie has one of the best fucking Friday the 13th death scenes ever. The
When
liquid
he gets-
nitrogen scene.
That one's cool. When he gets sucked through the vent is also cool.
You know, that one's actually not coming to mind. I don't know if I've seen that movie all the way through. I might have just watched Dead Meat's video on it, one of his kill counts.
I really enjoy it. It is a bad movie, but I really enjoy it.
I really like have you ever seen Freddy vs. Jason?
Yeah, I really enjoy that movie. It's also a bad movie, But I really
It's
enjoy
also
it.
a bad movie that has a lot of charm to it.
Yeah, I have a special place in my heart for movies where I'm like, this is horrible, but I really love it. Like, I also love the movie Rubber for that very reason.
Rubber's fucking good. That movie fucking helped introduce me to fucking Justice, dude. One of my favorite bands of all time. They do the soundtrack for fucking that movie, and specifically the outro. I was like, this is a good fucking song.
It's just such a weird concept.
If you're not scared of a telepathic tire, then there's something wrong with you, I'd say.
That just vibrates before you die.
Yeah, like it just sits there, like it's powering up to go Super Saiyan, and then your head explodes.
Yeah, I watched it years and years ago.
It's an interesting concept. It's one of those movies where it came out when I was like pretty young, and when I watched it, it was like fucking weird. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where I was like, what did I just watch?
Oh, I also watched all of the Clone Wars this year. I was really glad to finally get around to doing that.
I haven't watched them yet. I haven't watched any Star Wars shit.
You need to.
I
love it so much.
I watched the new Christmas Story. I don't know if you guys are a big fan of that movie, but that's like a big part of my childhood.
Yeah, I love the classic one.
They made a remake, or it's not a remake, but it's like a sequel. It's called A Christmas Story Christmas.
Is it bad?
Is it about
It's actually not bad. Like I went into it hoping for the best but expecting the worst, because that's how a lot of like remakes, and I was expecting like some woke like TikTok humor bullshit, you know what I mean, where they're like throwing internet culture and memes in our faces the entire time to let you know that it's current year, you know what I mean. But they didn't do that, and it was one of those movies, and I wouldn't say that I'm a person that gets emotional during movies quite a bit, and it might be that nostalgia played a big part. But I did tear up towards the end of this movie, because there's emotional scenes and shit. You know what I mean? Where it just kind of makes you grateful for what you have. It's a good holiday movie, and I genuinely feel like it's worth a watch this Christmas season if you have the time.
What about anyone else? Did any of y'all watch anything good this year?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
My favorite thing I got into this year was the hit video game that I barely played, Killer 7. That game is whack.
I've had a good
Isn't
year
that
with
that Quentin Tarantino movie?
No, I mean, yes.
You know that one?
I don't know. It's hard to.
It's one of the boomer shooters, isn't it?
No. It's an arcade like retro, not retro shooter, but it's what do you call it? Rail shooter. There we go. It's an on-rail shooter that's like a semi-horror psychological game that's also a political thriller.
The fuck is a political thriller?
Political thriller?
Like it's like an action game, but it's all about like
with political themes.
Like Metal Gear, Metal Gear Solid 4, whatever it is.
Prism capture platform.
Metal Gear Rising, I think that's what it is. Was
that the one that was produced by the Annoying Orange?
Yeah.
No. It is hard to explain because the game is just it's weird. I don't know. It's got like in the very beginning of it, when you're doing the tutorial and shit, a dude in a gimp suit drops down and his eyes are sewn shut and he's got a finger over his mouth.
Quentin Tarantino movie.
And throughout the whole thing, it's like you're a schizophrenic, not schizophrenic, but you're basically the equivalent of like a person with what's the current term for it? It's not multiple personality disorder anymore.
Borderline.
They've changed the terminology for it. Basically,
I don't even think it's. I think we're too removed. It was multiple personality disorder, and then it was dissociative personality disorder, I think, and now it's something else. I forget what it is.
I don't know what it is. However, you have that.
I think they call it Piss Wiener syndrome.
You are like 7 different people inside of one
Piss
body.
Wiener syndrome. It's
7 people in one body, and you play as they're all hitmen, and they all do different things. And there's weird zombie terrorists made up of harvested children organs that are trafficked in Seattle. And then there's like a comic book writer who makes comic books that turn real, and he uses it to assassinate people politically.
Oh,
so it's
Death Note. The whole game, you just spend the entire time being like, what is happening? Like, who, what?
Imagine being
and you
a
never really
comic
get
book writer,
explanations.
and you don't make Garfield real.
That would be really cool if you made Garfield real.
He uses it to spread his political power because nobody can stop him and nobody can really do anything to him because it's just his comic book characters coming to life.
Or he can make Garfield real.
He could, and that's what he should have done.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of this game from what you're telling me.
It's pretty whack. And
How much does it cost?
I don't know. I think like $20. It's on.
Jesus
it came out
Christ.
on the GameCube, probably.
You know how many gallons of gas I could buy with that?
Same year. It was the same year that Resident Evil 4 came out because it was one of the big Capcom 5. I don't have time to explain it in the podcast without taking up literally the entire podcast, but maybe one day. There's a couple video.
Don't worry,
ideas.
we'll dedicate an episode to that one day. We'll call that one. What's the game called again?
Preston's autism attacks.
Yeah, Preston
Yeah.
talks
Yeah, we'll
about
call that.
this game for
We'll call that one. Preston gets a rager for some autism
Oh,
simulator.
Mr. H.
Yeah, we'll call that one keeping in drafts.
Oh, you can go ahead.
I've played a few good games this year. I just finished God of War Ragnarok yesterday. It's probably my game of the year, Elden Ring. I enjoyed it. What else have I played this year?
You played no Destiny 2 like a bitch.
I played first of all, fuck you. I played plenty of Destiny 2.
Just not with me, dude.
I played some with you.
I forget that The Witch Queen came out this year. That seems like such a long time ago.
It really does.
It really does. But I want to say that that was one of the best
moments
fucking
of the year.
times. No, that was awesome. The Witch Queen drop, big shout out to fucking Destiny, man, because that was one of the most hype. Like, we had like fucking 15 people playing at one point. Not literally. I think we had like 8 or 9 of us was the peak.
No, there was
But
one day we had over 10 people.
From what
And
I
that's
can tell
awesome.
From what I can tell for this year, every season after was kind of like ass. The one right after,
No,
Haunted,
they could never follow up.
No,
It's
in
like
fact,
they didn't have a game plan for after the Witch Queen. They just accepted that to be like good enough, and then they were like, "Oh, and after that, we can peddle out all these shitty little half-finished seasons."
and Witch Queen is one of their better DLCs they've made. I really
Yeah,
enjoyed Witch
I
Queen. I had a lot of fun with it.
I would say it's really hard to determine between the Witch Queen and then Rise of Iron and then the Taken King, but I don't know. As far as like playing with friends goes, I'd say it's probably number 2 because I had a lot of fun times in Rise of Iron. Although I was so hyped for Taken King when it came out, but Rise of Iron, like I played a lot with you guys back then.
Yeah,
Tristan.
There was
Go
a
ahead.
lot. There was a lot with Witch Queen. One of my favorite moments of the year, though, was when we did the raid day 1.
That's what I was about to bring up.
Yeah, dude, that was a fucking
So
awesome
fucking
bomb
fun.
ass night.
Like as a fucking clan.
So
That
fucking
fucking
tired
day
and
it
miserable by
dropped.
the
We
end.
played for like
but-
what, 19 hours?
It
Yeah.
was 14 hours in the first day.
Wasn't included.
14.
Had a lot of fun, man. It was. I know we were all fucking miserable by the end, but it was
I
cool
was
that
down
there
to
for
keep
like
going.
a solid minute we were, number 1 in the world.
Stark, I'm
We were
proud
furthest
to say-
ahead.
That was such a hype feeling, being that like up there with like the fucking contenders, man. As a friend group, as a clan, as a fucking year 1 Destiny 1 player, it was insane to be up
Right.
there fucking doing
Granted,
shit like that with the big dogs.
We didn't keep our places for long, but it was fun to.
Yeah, it was nice to have our little moment in the limelight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like feeling special too.
I still should have finished the Kane fuck up compilation.
That would have been incredible.
That would have been fucking funny, admittedly. You got to get back to that someday. Keep that footage saved.
Oh, dude, I already.
'Cause there's got to
deleted
be
it,
at least
dude.
2.5. Oh, damn. I was
Dude,
going
it
to say,
was-
there's got to be 2.5 hours of content.
It took up so much memory. It was like 100 gigs of footage.
Yeah, it was a lot of footage. We had over fucking 12 hours of just streaming.
I remember when my mic fucked up at Caretaker, and I just remember hearing Tristan Dalton, please, please.
Oh, dude, that was some funny shit. Because it did it like once or twice, and we were like, what the fuck was that?
It did it
You're,
that
like,
one
going to take
time.
a
Then
piss.
you guys started going ape shit. Then you're like, okay, you say, okay, I think it's done. Then it started to do it briefly. All yours, cool, and you go, no.
That was like fucking 9 hours in, dude. I remember being fucking so tired. Like, that was such a unique exhaustion because you're sitting there all day, like physically doing nothing, but mentally, like, hating
Dude,
your life.
It was so mentally and physically, like weirdly physically exhausting because I was just up all the time, tired. I was so fucking frustrated for half of it, plus also thinking, like constantly being like, okay, what can we do different? What's the puzzle? What's the answer to this and that? And the fact that we worked our way through over half of the raid just through like trial and error is incredible.
No, seriously.
Day one is probably one of my best memories with Destiny and the boys. Like,
For real.
I have keys
And most certainly a Witch Queen highlight.
Like I
What'd you say?
remember when the first trials came out back in D1 OG, Tristan and I both went into trials and tried to do it with a friend of ours from school, and we actually managed to go flawless within like 15 minutes of it coming out. Shit was nuts.
Yeah, I don't know another name I could give him. I was trying to think of a witty nickname, but all I thought of was Dirtbag.
Dirtbag. White
But
dirt.
yeah, no, that was legendary. Fucking going flawless like first hour that Trials drops ever. Like fucking A,
Fucking
man.
love
I can't even remember what
Trials,
shitty weapon I got.
15 minutes. We definitely didn't do it in 15 minutes, but it was like under an hour. I think we did it in like 35 minutes.
Wait, did I say 15 minutes? I thought I said an hour.
I said 15 minutes originally.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
don't
see,
think that's
that
right.
was like we did it quick. Like it was what, like 9 games back in the day or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was that when it was called
Nine.
Trials of the Nine?
It was Trials of Osiris originally.
No, that was way before Trials of the 9.
No, Trials of the Nine was D2 when Trials came in for the first time.
Yeah,
The
and
people
then-
hated
Yeah, that I
or
loved
D4
it.
Trials.
Yeah,
I
was
don't
that
know,
the
Trials of
Reef?
9 was kind of ass.
You could go to the Reef and do trials. D1.
Yeah, dude,
Man.
you
Yeah,
hook up with Brother
It sucked to
Vance.
do after. It was also a nightmare to do because when it came out, it was during the worst meta we've ever had.
What
Yeah,
meta was
that
that?
was
easily the
fucking.
least-
It was so fucked up back then, dude. Like
That was
the time
the
of
last word meta.
No, that's the,
time
best
of
meta.
fucking
That is the best. That is my favorite time I've
Dark
that's the most fun
Below
I've
and
had.
fucking House of Wolves was so fucked
Real
up.
hard on a gun in Destiny, but listen, that season sucked, buddy. I'm sorry.
Dude, that's the most fun I've had in PvP.
Having to run gay cowboy hand cannon, a cool poison gun, and that's it for Crucible or you lose was bum.
Dude, it was so much fun. It was so much fun just having pistol fights with everybody.
I do love me some hand cannons on there though. Just
I
clean.
like hand cannons, but I also really like using other weapons in this game. Like the
Dude,
ones
I
that
miss
they-
whenever I could. I miss whenever I could just chainsaw people with the Recluse, man. That was a fun time.
Another game
they
we've
have the funnel web.
we've played a lot together this year. I use a lot relatively. Well, I was gonna say Overwatch 2. We kind of hit that
Overwatch
relatively
2.
hard. I've enjoyed the hell out of it so far. Not that I've had the chance to
Some
play it as
people
much.
have hit it hard.
I was gonna say
I want to
haven't
play
hit
it more.
super
It's fun
hard,
with the
but
boys.
yeah, I've had fun with it. That night that you were just like hop on, and then we played for like 6 or 7 hours. I had a
That
pretty
was
good
fun.
time.
What was that? 2 Saturdays ago? That was
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Overwatch 2 is fun. Seems like Blizzard's somewhat getting better, but I don't know if that's true.
They just need not to launch Preston to an hour and a half fucking
Tirade.
special, but
Right.
fucking he has very excellent points on why the currency system's fucked, and that does need to be addressed because right now
He
the
does.
only explanation is greed.
But they have lowered the price of basically every single thing in the shop. It's still expensive because it's like $15.
That's bullshit.
But, I mean,
Fuck Blizzard.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I piss you off, leave a comment, please.
Yeah.
Please leave a comment. As we've shown before, if you leave a comment, we will respond
Yeah, I'll respond to your
On-
bitch
on
ass on my
podcasts.
personal account.
on his personal account as well.
I'll find out where you live, and I won't do anything with that information, but I'll have it.
I'll just
Yeah, but maybe in Minecraft.
Yeah. In Minecraft, though,
In Minecraft, I'll find where your Minecraft your green top house is, and I'll slit your throat on your red bed
in Minecraft.
in Minecraft.
Yeah, and then he'll share your Minecraft bed with your Minecraft wife.
And then I'll take pictures and send them to your Minecraft wife, and she'll weep.
And your Minecraft
And-
dog will be following him around.
Your Minecraft dog will suffer.
Sorry, I must say this real quick.
Any-
Why does the Destiny community have to be like teabag everything that moves?
Because everybody but us that plays Destiny, anybody outside of the Simply Epic clan is a bitch. That's the only answer, actually.
Yeah, we have clan openings. You can join our clan, Simply Epic.
Yeah, we do have a Destiny 2 clan for all you Destiny 2 gamers out there.
Yeah.
Emphasis on the mer.
Yeah,
And the
cousin-
gay.
I love this game that I hate almost everything about every season. I love it so much.
I've never
I
played
hate it all.
I've put more hours into Destiny
hate that
2
fucking
than
game.
any other video game. I guess the Destiny franchise combined, because fuck you. Same game, same shit.
I probably have at this point, but it's not, neither of them are games that I've put the most hours into, but in terms of like franchise hours, it's probably
can
just above
say-
Pokemon.
On
It has brought me
PC,
many hours of joy and suffering.
on
like the
PC,
Bible.
Destiny 2 is my most played game, with a whopping 664
I
hours.
think mine's still Civ 5.
Time.
What'd you say?
I thought you played Apex Legends a bunch. What's your Apex hours?
300.
I guess
Damn, dude, you're a noob.
Dude, I'm telling you, that first time we played Destiny.
on Overwatch.
I mean, yeah, that's why I said on Steam. On Overwatch, I have like close to 1,000 hours of that.
Yeah, it looks like my most played game on Steam is still Civ 5.
Do you guys want to wrap it up with video games?
We kind of covered video games. If anything, we should wrap it up with music.
No.
Oh,
I mean, like, wrap
music.
up this conversation and move
Yeah.
on. I was actually going to move on to music.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was going to, yeah. Sorry. I
Yeah,
had a
my bad,
better
my bad.
Segue earlier than that. I just
Yeah.
forgot about it.
Fucking albums this year. What all have you guys listened to that's stood out? Because it hasn't been a terrible year for music, honestly.
Well, I'm kind of on the other end of this. I haven't really listened to much new stuff this year. I've only really listened to 2 or 3 new releases. And that's my favorite of the year.
EP.
What'd you say, Preston?
Like Billy Cobb's EP.
I don't
Go
think
Billy Cobb.
his EP was great. Go Billy Cobb.
Shout him out again.
Yeah, shout him out. Get him on the podcast.
Yeah. I'll fucking harass him eventually. I just feel bad. That's why I haven't.
I've thought about messaging either. Now, I'm going off of this because of hearing about like how they interact with people, but I'm thinking about asking big ask Wendigoon or small ask Aiden of the Lore Lodge to come on. But it's
Who
a
are they?
completely
Lore Lodge.
the Lore Lodge is a similar channel to Wendigoon, and he's he got his fame from TikTok, but he's good friends with Wendigoon, and they have that weird Bible podcast I was telling you about they do together. But he covers a lot of, mostly what he does is like missing 411 cases.
Yes.
But it's another great YouTube channel, and it would just be fun to pick his brain. Tristan, you could talk to him and ask him questions about Freemasonry,
Oh, yeah.
because he's a master mason.
Really quick, Wendigoon, I don't know too terribly much about him, but I know
Dude,
that
he's
he's
so good.
mentioned in his videos that he's like Midwestern, isn't he?
He's Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay, that's where he is. Yeah, we could harass him in real life.
But he's
In
a big
Minecraft.
he's a big ask. I really just think it'd be cool to hit him up. I don't necessarily want to be like, come on my podcast, I'm nobody. And also it's not your type of content. And also we're probably a brand risk for you, but it'd be fun to have a conversation with him at the very least. He seems like a fucking cool dude.
Yeah, I'd like to get in his ears a little bit.
See, like, I know that some of the shit we say can be like quote unquote like problematic, but like Wendigoon, the first time I ever saw Wendigoon was on PKA's podcast, and they say some very outrageous shit. Like, I would say probably equally outrageous as us sometimes. You know what I mean?
Wendigoon's though.
So I
like,
don't
kind of
know
at
if you would
that
consider it a brand risk.
bigger. He's getting to a bigger YouTube stage now. He hit 2 million. He's like, I want to say in the last year grown over 1 million subs. I think he's sitting. at
Yeah,
around
it
2
would be really
million.
hard to get somebody that big on the channel.
But he is to kind of talk about earlier, probably my favorite like content creator of the year. I've watched every video he's made. I enjoy the absolute fuck out of it. But no, to kind of circle back around, music wise, I haven't really listened to much. My favorite album is still Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Maybe that's because I'm a Kendrick fanboy, but I really, really fucking love the album. But I also really enjoyed the new Matt Watson album. The beginning of the album especially is fantastic. I don't think I've listened to any other new releases this year that are like an album length. I've listened to a couple EPs, but
I haven't listened to much new music this year.
have you discovered anything this year that you like?
I mean, Billy Cobb was one. There's a few. I'm trying to.
And you
think.
guys ended up showing me some of Billy Cobb's shit when we were hanging out because I knew he had followed me and you guys had like pointed that out and were like, that's cool. And we were hanging out and I was like, I've never actually listened to one of his songs. And I think you played in 1955. It was fucking good. Yeah, it's fucking banger.
Well, me and Preston, when we worked at the terrible place to work at, prison.
Oh, that concentration camp, yeah.
Yeah, after work we would always hang out and just chill and listen to music, and we just started listening to new music.
I think mostly I've just been
Pretty
diving
good shit.
more into the Beatles this year.
I've listened to
Good.
Modest Mouse a lot this year, which was neat.
Yeah, I checked out some Modest Mouse. It was pretty good.
And I listened to a fair bit of American football this year.
Yeah, you really kind of kicked it back to some Midwest emo.
I didn't mean to kick it that far, but I don't know.
I get it. I think that's probably going to be that or Hyperpop are going to be one of my next two little genre deep dives. Dude,
Hyperpop, that's like a fucking guilty pleasure for me, man. Hyperpop's fucking good. I don't know what it is, but I can get behind it.
Hyperpop on paper I should dislike, but I've loved literally like 100% of what I've listened to.
It hits that speedrun instinct where you're like, man, if I could speedrun in real life, this isn't.
Makes me feel like I'm in the Sonic world.
I listened to, I forget what podcast it was on. But they were talking about entertainment versus art and how not all music is created as art, but is created for entertainment. And the opposite is also true. And there's a sweet spot in the middle. I would say most of the music that I'm like a really deep fanboy about is like more on the art side, although I do love some more of the entertainment stuff. But I think the thing about hyperpop is that almost as a genre, it kind of has to follow this like both entertaining and artistic style to it that makes it really lovely even when it's chaotic.
Wow.
Interesting. Fucking.
I did really take a deep dive into hip hop though early this year. Like I got into Wu-Tang.
I remember you telling me about that you've listened to a lot of hip hop.
Wu-Tang really heavily to start off with, and then I listened to like all their solo art, like each individual member of Wu-Tang. I listened to like one or two of their albums.
Who's your favorite?
That is really difficult. I kind of have a respect for RZA for putting them all together and keeping them together, and he's sort of the genius, quote unquote, behind it. But my favorite solo album is probably Liquid Swords by GZA. That's such a great album. But I think Ghostface is probably the most consistent, but also a lot of the early Method Man's really good. The solo stuff that fucking ODB put out was great.
Yeah, I'm a big
ODB,
fan.
who's that?
ODB, Old Dirty Bastard.
Oh.
Uncut.
Raekwon's Only Built for Cuban Links was really good. Then I got into a huge country thing. I listened to a lot of country this year as well. Mostly Tyler Childers, whom his music is so fucking good. I listened to a lot of Marty Robbins too. Some like Canadian folk country kind of stuff from an artist called Coulter Wall, who has made a song with Tyler Childers. It's pretty good. No, I guess I've listened to only, I don't know. I listened to Tyler Childers' new album that came out. It's not really worth mentioning to me. There's only two that I've listened to that came out this year and liked that are new.
I'm not big on country music.
Country boy,
Yeah,
I love you.
I get it, but I also think it's people's modern perception of what country is that ruins country music for them.
I'm a sucker for like 90s, early 2000s music, but that's a nostalgia thing. And I'm also
yeah,
a huge fan of John Denver.
Did you know that Country Roads Take Me Home may not be about West Virginia, but in fact Western Virginia?
Oh,
Because all of the landmarks that he mentions are more commonly found in Western Virginia and not West Virginia.
did not know that. Do you know how he died?
Plane crash, helicopter crash, something like that.
Yeah, it was a plane crash. He was, I guess it was like an experimental plane where it was supposed to sort of switch the fuel. Like it had two big fuel tanks and it was supposed to switch, and it never happened. And a lot of people think that he was either drunk, so he never switched it over, or that it seems kind of unlikely. But I like to think, no, I don't like to think. I've thought about this, that maybe he committed suicide because John Denver historically was really depressed. Like, I'm pretty sure he cheated on his wife and she left him, and he was an alcoholic for sure. And then one day his plane just crashes. I don't know, man.
I'd like to talk about conspiracy theories, like do an entire episode about it.
That would be cool.
It'd be
But yeah,
very easy to do, man.
I really
Just
like
list
John
common
Denver.
ones and be like,
Especially
what do you
with
think about
Preston's
this?
in the call.
I also have taken a deep dive into conspiracy theories here at the end of the fucking year. I've learned about a lot. Watch entire videos about CIA assassinations.
Oh, you've been on that Joe Rogan too much, man.
Yes and no. That's not where I got my information, but I think Joe Rogan ultimately, just through how Joe Rogan affected my YouTube algorithm, probably took me the directions it did.
I couldn't hear you guys.
What's your problem, bitch?
Yeah, what the
What the
fuck?
fuck, dude?
Why do you smell like that?
Why do you look like that, dude? You look like Kane.
Look like who?
You look like Kane. You look
Who?
like Jacqueline's husband.
You smell like Kane.
What about you, Stark? Did you really get into listening into anything new this year? Anything good?
Gojira.
Well, no, I wouldn't
That was
necessarily.
last year.
I mean, yeah, that was last year.
That's true.
I've been getting into a little bit more. What is it? Thrash metal? Is that what it's called?
Thrash is like Metallica.
Yeah, I've been getting it. I've been listening to a
Metallica,
lot of thrash.
Megadeth, Slayer. Yeah.
Anthrax.
Anthrax.
I forget Anthrax is up there.
There's a few more. Yeah. I don't mind thrash. It's kind of such a dated like style of metal that I don't really care for it too much.
I don't know, man. Metallica is the only one I can really stand, and that's because I just can't stand the other guys' voices.
Any of them?
I mean, some of their songs are like wow, but most of it is just like I don't know. It does seem like
I get not liking Dave Mustaine's voice because he's has a weird voice, but I like his songs, and I'm not a huge Megadeth fan, but and I like his guitar playing. I think Slayer is fantastic though. It is, I think, understated by how popular Metallica is as to how fucking awesome Slayer is and how much they inspired later genres. Like, so thrash metal was huge in the development of metal and gave us genres like death metal, but death metal took a little more from Slayer than the rest. And then I don't like Anthrax. I'll just put that out there. I don't care for Anthrax.
what's your favorite Metallica album?
What's
Isn't
my...
it the Black Album?
No, I'm gonna take a wild guess. Your favorite is your favorite's the fourth one.
Yeah, actually.
I do like it. I
And
think
Justice for All.
Yeah, they slowed things down in that one.
But I've at the same time, I don't know that it is still my favorite. I've kind of changed to I like Ride the Lightning a lot as well. Fucking Kill 'Em All is really underrated. Their first 5 albums are all great. They don't have as solid of a discography as say like System of a Down does, or who else has a really solid discography? There was someone else who made music recently. I forget. I don't know.
You got
Oh
fucking
yeah, System of a
teabag.
Down did release some songs recently, didn't they?
They
think they
released
did.
2 in the last year or 2 for like benefit for Armenia shit because Turkey's attacking Armenia again. Turkey and Azerbaijan.
Yeah, man, I never thought that I would hear another new System of a Down song.
Well, yeah, they pretty much said that like we just can't vibe making music anymore, but they love playing together. So, you know, they still go on tour. But
I was gonna ask you.
Their 5 albums that they have, each of them are fucking great.
I was gonna ask you guys. What are you guys' opinion on a Pantera going back on tour?
Boo. I love Pantera. However, the only reason they're able to go on tour is because everybody who would oppose it is dead. Because
I mean, they also got a bomb ass guitar player.
who they got playing guitar
I
from?
can't remember what the fuck his name is. I'll look him up here in a second.
I thought at one point it was Zach Wilde, but I don't think that's true anymore. The thing is obviously it'll be a decent show. But it'll be a decent show because the vocalist is still alive. But man, you can't really replace fucking Dimebag and his brother.
Let me.
It's Zach Wilde.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. Which look, I like Zach Wilde quite a bit. I've seen him live. Fucking cool ass dude. And is a big fan of Pantera and is a student of fucking the huge guitar player for Ozzy. Fuck. Can't think of his name, but the guy who did do what?
Are you talking about for Ozzy or for Sabbath?
For Ozzy.
Oh, I have no clue.
The guy he did like Crazy Trains riff and shit. What the fuck's his name? Randy Rhoads. Yeah, he's kind of a student of Randy Rhoads. Zach
Sounds
Wilde
like a
is.
fake name.
What about Randy Savage? No.
Oh yeah. I didn't get to go.
Not forget about the Randy Macho Man Savage.
I didn't go to any shows this year. The first year I haven't gone to see a show in like since I was 16, I think. It's kind of weird.
Last year was Not Fest.
Year before for me was Not Fest. Year before that was I think I went and seen somebody. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just fucking lied. I don't know.
I can still remember Not Fest like it was yesterday.
Hot Fest was amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember every concert I've been to super well, but I definitely remember like my first two rock fests really well. I enjoyed the first time I went to Not Fest a little more. There was a lot of stupid shit to put up with at the one we went to, but
Part paying like $4 for a bottle of water.
yeah, after you stand in line for an hour and a half to get one
Yeah, that was pretty dumb.
on a fucking hot summer's day.
Fucked up, gouging, dude,
Nestle?
gouging. I'm
Actually,
surprised they didn't charge you for getting heat stroke.
it wasn't even Nestle. I think it was Dasani.
Yeah, it was fucking like
It wasn't even the
Shit
good bottle
water.
of water.
it was like choke down this water that you paid $4 and waited an hour and a half in line for.
Just like that beer, except for beer, it was $10 a can, and what? It was like a 30-minute wait.
Yeah, I was like, no way in hell am I getting drunk without spending $300. And then I remember you guys being like, hey, we should go to the strip club after the show. And I'm like, you won't want to go to the strip club.
We're like, we'll be fine. Then after the show, we're
Yeah,
like, we're not going
I
to the
was-
strip club.
Yeah, we were.
You guys are
I
dead.
was sore as fuck.
I just remember looking at you in the back seat, and you,
Oh, are you talking about me?
yeah,
Oh
if
yeah.
I remember,
was
weren't you like
fucked
high
up.
as shit in the back seat?
Oh yeah, I was toasted. I was toasted. Very
Oh, I was
toasted.
toasted too.
I was stone cold sober.
Sounds like it sucks.
It kind
What
of
do you guys have, bud, or carts?
cards, I
Both.
think.
I had both.
Based.
I had carts
All right.
when we weren't at the concert, then Bud during the concert from just people looking around saying, "You want to hit?" And me
Yeah,
going,
that
"Yeah,
happens a lot.
sure."
Yeah.
Not to cut anything too early, but I'm starting to lose my voice because I'm sick. It's starting to scratch. So,
Oh man.
if you guys would be fine wrapping up here.
Yeah, I'm cool.
I think it's been a full episode.
Yeah, thanks everyone for listening to us, for watching us. I definitely think we have plans for new content soon. I'll definitely stream sometime. Maybe not this month, but I definitely plan to get back to streaming.
Me also. I will also be doing this.
Yeah, aren't you
I hope
guys
so.
starting a little project soon?
If I can get it up and going, I might try to get Sax help with it tomorrow to see if we can look into it.
I would ask Presto. Presto knows that shit. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll
There's
help. just
also
to
a
know
ton
it,
of
but-
help off YouTube to find.
Yeah, that is always true. I mean, we literally have computers, so the internet is at our fingertips, quite literally.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to do my fucking mega campaign. That's just going to take too much time. I won't have the time to stream it, but I do plan on streaming all the Boomer Shooters and Faith that I wanted to in time for February when I'll stream exclusively Final Fantasy, hopefully every day. Anybody else have anything else
you guys
to?
have on the year?
Yeah, it's been a decent one, man. I'm looking forward to our Orc Tribe meet and greet that we have next next Friday.
Yeah, we have the annual CD Sloth Fest.
Yeah, as you put it, all of our subscribers are welcome to come, but they have to fight us for the crown of Orc Chieftain.
Did you guys?
Yeah.
melt your butter?
So
Please tell me you melted.
what?
Did you guys melt your butter in preparation?
No, I'm keeping. I thought we agreed on frozen logs this year.
Dude,
Yeah,
we're melting the butter this year. I freaking told you. I'm so sick of you not listening. to
God
me.
damn it! Hold on,
Yeah.
Jasmine.
Okay, can I use spray
Jasmine,
butter?
Take the butter out of the deep freeze.
You
Can I
know what?
use stick butter? Like, does that work? Like the spray shit, not stick shit. The spray butter. Like, does that work as melted butter?
As long
I
as
can't
it's got
believe
butter in
that's
the
not
name
butter.
and it's melted,
Yeah.
okay,
I'm with
then
Tristan. I
can
cannot
consume it.
believe it. Dude, I remember that was a shit. Like, we'd pop popcorn as a kid, and my aunt would be like, "Yeah, you want some butter?" And she'd hand me the fucking bottle of spray butter to spray on the popcorn. I'd be like, "What the hell is this?"
And it was delicious, bro.
It was. Can't believe it wasn't butter.
Any
Cuisine.
The only
Anyone
thing I
else
want to
have
say
anything else to
is
add,
it
dude?
has been a really good year. This has been my first year, like completely living in my own, place away from home, in the city. It's been a pretty forgiving year for the most part. I'm excited for next year. I'm hoping to hopefully have a little more time with friends next year. That's been the only bad part about living in the city is, being away from the lads.
Yeah.
But, overall, my only thoughts going into next year are peace and love and goodwill to men.
I
Drink
also,
more peace tea.
even though this isn't our last episode of the year, I do greatly
Is it
appreciate.
not going to be?
No, we're going to probably record one next week, maybe. If
It's the
not,
last one ever.
I think we're going to record next week. If we don't record next week, then this is the last episode of the year.
It won't be. It won't be the last one.
But
That's good.
I would like to add that for anybody who's listened to us for even 5 minutes, or liked one of the videos, or shared it with somebody, or subscribed or anything, it is. I
You're a
can't
champ.
state enough how much it means to me, even though there's only 28 subscribers.
A lot, man.
We have over 500 views, and that's like insane to me. That this project that's kind of been, I mean, obviously, this is a little bit of a. It's been sort of a long time coming to do some sort of podcast, and even though this isn't really standardized or scripted or. It's just us doing our thing. I'm glad that there's people out there to enjoy it, and I'm glad we're finally making content. I'm glad that we're putting out content that we're not always iffy on.
I'm just glad I can do anything other than work at the bowling alley, and Tristan can do anything other than, being a pizza guy. And ever since you got fired from your job at the daycare let's not.
We're not going to go into my legal history. Thank you,
Yeah,
Level.
but we can actually do things now together.
Yeah, it is really nice. Let people enjoy things, Reddit style.
Well, if nobody has anything else,
Everybody have a great week.
yeah, goodbye. Have
Yeah.
a good night, everyone.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
you
Have a
beautiful
good time.
bastard.